Market phase analysis. 4.1 Dow theory of market phase. As we have learned from Dow theory in chapter 2, a primary bull or bear trend consists of three phases specifically. 1. Accumulation phase. 2. Trending phase. 3. Distribution phase. According to Dow theory, a primary trend typically spans from months to years in the equity markets. Due to the high leverage that is afforded traders in the futures markets, primary trends in the commodity futures markets tend to span relatively shorter durations. High leverage tends to induce greater volatility in the markets. The consolidation phase may be further subdivided into the accumulation and distribution phases. See figure 4.1. Whether consolidation represents accumulation or distribution is only ascertained after the fact. That is, if the market rises after consolidating, we say that the consolidation represents accumulation, buying activity. Conversely, if the market declines after consolidating, we say that the consolidation represents distribution, selling activity. Market phase sentiment and participatory behavior. The psychological and participatory aspects associated with each market phase are briefly described as follows. Accumulation phase. Accumulation normally occurs after a deep Accumulation phase. Accumulation normally occurs after a deep and rapid decline in prices available. It is at this point that the informed or smart market participants start accumulating shares at extremely advantageous prices. This contrarian approach by the informed participants helps create a final and decisive bottom in the market with very large responsive buying by the smart investors during the last stages of the preceding downtrend in the form of a sell or forth selling climax. Smart investors normally have deep pockets in order to engage in such contrarian-based participation. The accumulation phase normally lasts relatively longer than the distribution phase. Trend phase. The uptrend phase is normally fueled by traders and investors expecting either higher prices after an accumulation or lower prices after a distribution. The uptrend phase tends to be more prolonged than the downtrend phase, due to the lower amounts of capital at risk at the lower, more affordable prices. The downtrend phase begins with a breakdown in prices from a distribution range with increasingly bearish fundamental data reported by companies. As prices descend, the uninformed traders and investors begin to unload some positions. Bearish sentiment continues to intensify as prices sink to new depths. Distribution phase. Distribution normally occurs after a strong and rapid rise in prices. Companies tend to outperform with the release of very positive data, accompanied by the most bullish media headlines and news. The distribution phase normally lasts a relatively shorter time than the accumulation phase. This is due to the larger amount of capital and unrealized profit at risk at higher prices at the top of the market. Technical aspects of consolidations. Accumulation tends to have the following characteristics. It generally occurs at the end of a relatively rapid decline in prices and ideally in the proximity of a historical or significant prior bottom in the market. There is no evidence of lower troughs being formed. It represents the start of either a new primary bull market on a longer term horizon or a new shorter term uptrend if based on lower time frames. Accumulations tend to last longer than distributions. Volume begins to subside as a potential upside breakout approaches. The longer the accumulation process, the more powerful the subsequent breakout will be to either side of the range, typically accompanied by a surge in volume. Accumulations tend to experience lower volatility in contrast to distributions, due to the lower prices and consequently lower capital at risk. Distribution tends to have the following characteristics. It generally occurs at the end of a prolonged uptrend in prices and ideally in the proximity of a historical or significant prior top in the market. There is no evidence of higher peaks being formed. It represents the start of either a new primary bear market on a longer term horizon or a new shorter term downtrend if based on lower time frames. Distributions tend to experience much greater volatility in contrast to accumulation, due to the higher prices and consequently greater capital and unrealized profit at risk. Completion of a consolidation phase. There is no absolute completion of a consolidation phase. There is no absolute consensus or measure to determine the exact point in time or price at which a consolidation ends. It really depends on the approach and objectives of the trader or analyst. Logically, once a consolidation is complete, it also implies that a trend may already be in effect. 4.2 Chart Pattern Interpretation of Market Phase. Market phase can also be potentially identified by the type of chart patterns that manifest themselves at each stage of the three phases. Both the accumulation and distribution phases tend to be populated by reversal patterns. Interestingly, the majority of reversal and continuation chart patterns are usually also regarded as consolidation patterns. Unfolds within a relatively confined and well-defined price range. Lacks any significant trend component. Although V-tops and V-bottoms are reversal patterns that occur more frequently during distributions than accumulations. Chart patterns have both intrinsic and extrinsic bullish and bearish bias. Extrinsic bias may also be referred to as location-based sentiment. Intrinsic bias is the inherent bullish or bearish sentiment associated with a chart pattern that is independent of location and where sentiment is strictly based on the nature of the pattern. For example, an ascending triangle is intrinsically bullish, that is, it has a bullish bias, regardless of where this pattern occurs with respect to past price action. It will always be inherently a bullish indication. If this bullish pattern is found at the price level of some historically significant market top, we say that it is extrinsically bearish, that is, the pattern is located at a significant resistance. Some chart patterns, like symmetrical triangles and horizontal channels, are essentially intrinsically neutral chart patterns with no obvious bias in sentiment. Some authors and practitioners classify them as continuation patterns, whereas others refer to them as reversal patterns. Direction of the preceding trend. Location with respect to historical extremes in price. Location with respect to the phase of an underlying market cycle. Location with respect to other supportive and resistive overlay barriers to price. Bullish or bearish divergent formations. Intrinsically bullish patterns. Bullish pennants. Bullish flags. Ascending triangles. Inverted head and shoulders. Rounding bottoms. Cup and handles. Falling wedges. Double, triple, and multiple bottoms. Intrinsically bearish patterns. Bearish pennants. Bearish flags. Descending triangles. Standard head and shoulders. Rounding tops. Rising wedges. Double, triple, and multiple tops. Intrinsically neutral patterns. Symmetrical triangles. Horizontal channels. Intrinsically bullish patterns with respect to trend sentiment. Bullish pennants occurring in an uptrend. Bullish flags occurring in an uptrend. Ascending triangles occurring in an uptrend. Inverted head and shoulders occurring in an uptrend. Rounding bottoms occurring in an uptrend. Cup and handles occurring in an uptrend. Falling wedges occurring in an uptrend. Symmetrical triangles occurring in an uptrend. Horizontal channels occurring in an uptrend. Broadening formations occurring in an uptrend. Intrinsically bearish patterns with respect to trend sentiment. Bearish pennants occurring in a downtrend. Bearish flags occurring in a downtrend. Descending triangles occurring in a downtrend. Standard head and shoulders occurring in a downtrend. Rising wedges occurring in a downtrend. Symmetrical triangles. Symmetrical triangles occurring in a downtrend. Horizontal channels occurring in a downtrend. Broadening formations occurring in a downtrend. In figure 4.10 we observe a bear flag formation triangle. In figure 4.10 we observe a bear flag formation triangle as continuation within a trend phase. Nevertheless, as far as the trader is concerned, failed patterns oftentimes lead to a more powerful reaction and consequently a more profitable venture. In technical analysis, the element of surprise or of the unexpected should never be underestimated. In In figure 4.12 we observe a symmetrical triangle acting as accumulation within a larger consolidation zone on the daily chart of gold. In proximity also lies additional barrier support in the form of a downtrend line. Volume tends to decline to volume tends to decline to relatively low levels just prior to a phase transition. Should an uptrend or downtrend be inherently weak, then this is normally indicated by a fall off in volume during the trend phase. If open interest increases during a increases during a consolidation instead of decreasing, the breakout move in subsequent trend tends to be much more rapid and extended. The trend phase then ensues with bullish volume divergence and subsequently transits into an accumulation phase. Single quote. 4.4 4.4 Moving average interpretation of market phase. Market phase can also be potentially identified by the behavior of moving averages at each stage of the three phases. Figure 4.20 displays a simple moving average as it encounters the trend and consolidation phases. By applying popular multiple moving average lines, the behavior of By applying popular multiple moving average lines, the behavior of moving average averages with respect to trends and consolidations becomes more evident. During trending phases, the moving average displays the minimum incidences of whipsaws, but during any consolidation phases it will exhibit a significant increase in whipsaw action due to the flattening out effect of averages in a sideways or ranging market. 4.5 Divergence and momentum interpretation of market phase. Market phase may also be identified to some degree via the use of divergence analysis. Divergence may be used to track the changes in price momentum and therefore is extremely useful for identifying potential consolidations as well as the strength of a trend. The accumulation is further supported with standard bullish divergence on the moving average convergence divergence indicator MACD. The left shoulder, head, and right shoulder coincided with the projected cycle lows that underlie 3M Company. The existence of this bullish confluence within the accumulation greatly increases the probability for a strong upside move. In figure 4.24, we see a volume, MACD, and the relative strength indicator, RSI, all indicating bullish divergence with the price within the accumulation. Both the MACD and RSI are momentum-based indicators. We see momentum turning before price. This is particularly useful, especially at the tail end of a trend, where a clear indication that a consolidation may be forming could help the trader anticipate an early entry. Note that for bullish divergence in volume, falling prices must be accompanied by decreasing volume. 4.6 Sentiment interpretation of market phase. Examples of some sentiment indicators are put-call ratios, arms index, odd lot sales, margin debt, COT report, VIX, short interest ratio. Short interest ratio, cash asset ratio, advanced decline line, new highs, new lows, up volume, down volume, market vein reports, bullish sentiment index. 4.7 Sakata's interpretation of market phase. Sakata's 5 methods is a unique Japanese approach for interpreting and understanding the markets. The 5 distinct phases are 1. Sanzan, 3 mountains. This is equivalent to the Western Triple Top Formation, which represents the distribution phase. 2. Sansein, 3 rivers. This is equivalent to the Western Triple Bottom Formation, which represents the accumulation phase. 3. Sanku, 3 gaps. This is equivalent to the Western Triple Gap Formation, which occurs during the trending phase, popularly known as the breakaway, runaway, and exhaustion gaps. 4. Sanpei, 3 thrusts. This represents the 3 trending phases between accumulation and distribution. This closely resembles Elliott's 3 impulsive numbered waves 1, 3, and 5. 5. Sanport 3 methods. This represents the 3 corrections after each thrust. This somewhat resemble Elliott's 3 corrective waves lettered as A, B and C in upcoming figure 4.28. 4.8 Elliott's interpretation of market phase. Elliott described the markets as moving in an impulsive 5 wave up followed by a corrective 3 wave down motion. The trending phase is represented by impulse waves. Waves 1, 3, and 5. The accumulation phase is represented by the corrective waves 2 and 4, and in most cases including the entire ABC correction itself. Distribution. Notice that volume gradually decreases as seen within the accumulation phase, followed by the powerful wave 3 move during the first trend phase. 4.9 CYCLA analysis interpretation of market phase. We may also use market cycles to determine if a price formation is potentially a reversal or a continuation. As a general guideline for formations unfolding on the same cycle degree. 1. Formations that lie in between cycle extremes tend to be continuations. 2. Formations that lie at cycle peaks tend to be distributions. 3. Formations that lie at cycle troughs tend to be accumulations. Note that if the intrinsic and extrinsic biases for the chart patterns are in agreement, reversals and continuations will potentially be more reliable. In figure 4.31, we see the intrinsically neutral symmetrical triangle adopting 3 distinct roles, representing accumulation at the bottom of the cycle, continuation in between the top and bottom of the cycle, and distribution at the top of the cycle. Chapter Summary. We have seen how various market phases may be determined and identified via the application of chart patterns, moving averages, volume and open interest cycles, sentiment indicators, and Elliott wave analysis. We have also seen how Eastern and Western approaches to market phase may be complementary to each other.